guys, here we have another weekly video, and the subject is going to be vaccination. Not vaccination in the sense of is it right or wrong. Not gonna have that conversation because I think that's everyone's own opinion and own like truth and reality and right to do or do not get vaccinated. But there is an aspect about vaccination and a discussion about it in this day and age that I think a lot of people are not really grasping. Or they're grasping it, but they're not really aware of it, and it just makes it easier to have an extra sensitive look or to get personally triggered, right? So don't worry, I'm not going to tell you to get vaccinated or to not get vaccinated or anything like that. Enough people are doing that. What I want to kind of focus more on is the awareness of the amount of information that we have now and the personal nature of it and how it can affect someone on either way of the spectrum, right? Let me give an example. Way back in the days, when we first got vaccinated for polio, for measles, and for all that, at some point, the news and the healthcare people said, listen, we have this disease, we now have a vaccination, we are going to get rid of this disease in our society, and in order to do that, you have to get vaccinated. And people went. They didn't hear any other stories, they didn't hear any other statistics, they didn't hear any other sides of the situation. They just did it, and it became normal. And for many of us, it now is normal. And right now we're in a situation where they're saying, listen, we're going to get rid of this disease, but you have to get vaccinated, right? And what you're hearing is information from everywhere. Information is available worldwide. And that's interesting because where we used to just say, okay, let's do it, we are now saying, yes, but look at that right there, that right there, that right there. And it's wonderful that we have all this information available now. But it is also incredibly confusing, right? Because there's so much of it, and it's all saying different things, and it is almost impossible to figure out what information is right and uncolored, basically. So it's difficult to make up your own mind on what is actually the smart thing to do. And way back when, our minds were made up for us because it's like, okay, this is the healthy thing to do, let's just do it. And here's the other side of what we experience now. Every single story that grabs us is a story of an individual. Someone with a face, a name, a life, a family, a background, and that makes it relatable. So every single story that we actually respond to, that our nervous system responds to, that our empathic, personal beings respond to, is a story with a person behind it. That means that it's no longer just statistics, it's faces and experiences and humans. And that means that whatever we choose to look at, whether it's success stories of vaccination, survival of COVID, death by COVID, or death by vaccinations, whatever story shows up in your search history, in your search algorithms, they all have a face and a name and a story behind it, which makes it personal, which means you get triggered extra. So whatever your stance is on the whole vaccination thing, it gets more intense by these personal stories. When way back when we didn't have those stories, we didn't have those faces, we didn't have those people behind it, right? You just got statistics and you assumed they were right. But here's the thing, all those vaccinations from the past, I don't know how many personal stories were behind that. It may very well be that there were a lot of people who died from complications due to those vaccinations. It may very well be that there were people who got very ill because of these vaccinations. It may well be that there was a lot of time where vaccinations were unstable way back when, but we just didn't know about it, so we didn't react as intensely about it as we do now, with conversations and pro and con, and actually people arguing with each other, calling each other crazy, and all that stuff that's happening now. I don't know if that didn't happen way back when, just because we weren't this social platform thing back then, right? We didn't have that information. But I wouldn't be surprised if the exact same amount or similar amounts of people had their stories as well. But here's the thing, back then we went and did it. And polio got eradicated, and measles got eradicated, well not eradicated, but it's not as much anymore. And again, I'm not saying get vaccinated because that's your choice. And I'm also not saying that just because I got vaccinated, I think you should do as well. And that you shouldn't keep an open mind and you shouldn't be aware of what's going on. Definitely do that. But what I am saying is whatever side you look at it, be aware that you as a person, as a human, are more easily triggered by the stories that come your way right now. And take that in consideration with whatever you choose to do. Just know that the severity of your stance is being strengthened by the personal way that all the information is coming to you now. That's all I'm saying. And what you do is totally up to you, because I don't know everything. I don't know if maybe years from now it turns out that the vaccination I got has a negative effect on my immune system. I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. That's the fact. Fact is, I don't know. Fact is, I've had my vaccination. Fact is, I'm betting on science. I'm betting on this disease to go away, but that's my choice, right? I'm not telling you what to do. And I don't know what the long-term effects are going to be any more than you do. But I make my choice. And you make yours, whatever it is. Just make sure that you are aware, whether you're pro or against, that the strength of your convictions are based partially on the personal aspects of the story you come across. And those stories you come across are triggered by the algorithm that your searches in the past and your interest have triggered on your computer screen or your phone screen or anything like that. That's just something I want to get a little awareness about, you know. So that's it. I know it's a risky video, I know people are going to react, people are going to get triggered. I'm okay with that. It's not my problem. It is yours if you get upset, not mine. You can check another video about why I no longer care about that. But yeah, I figured it's something worth saying anyway. Well, see you in the next video. Bye.